We are at the end of a wonderful needlework Galleria, and I've been planning to do this video all weekend, and it's only been now that I feel like I have time and the energy to actually talk about it, show you what I have here, and show you some of the goodies I got. Well, all of the goodies that I got from some wonderful people here. It's been a very successful weekend, and I'm just thrilled. Thank you to all of you who came out and said hello, got your picture taken, came in to pet Nina. I'll talk more about that in a second, and of course made some purchases from me. So I'm going to turn the camera around a little bit, show you my setup a little bit, and then we'll talk about more stuff. Okay, so on my little stand in front of the TV, fancy, isn't it? I have my new releases. So these two in particular are brand new. I released them at Galleria. This is my Peace Prayer Flag, the first of my prayer flag series. It seems to have a little tail hanging down here. I'm not sure what's going on there. But anyways, I am going to be doing a series on prayer flags, and this is my first release of that. It is using cottage garden threads, and that, oh, you can see me in the TV. Hi! Mike is laughing at me. Imagine that. He's chortling. And it is on Fiber on a Whim Plum, I believe is the color. So I will have more of these coming out with different words on them, different sentiments, if you will. So you can have kind of a prayer flag collection. And I plan to eventually have them all on one piece of twine, maybe even stretched across our little trailer. This is Mystery. You've seen him quite a few times on Instagram, I think, and other places. He is the second in my Birds of Color series, and he is celebrating the color black. And I do have a talk in the pattern, in the description, about all the different meanings of black and how it is used. And it is quite a diverse color. Lots of meanings to that. But I did want to use this as my fall piece, bringing out all the fall colors and then really brightening up the black bird. So that is Mystery. You have seen Huntington Hall. This is one of my Needlework Marketplace releases. Thrilled with this. I think he's a beauty. And then Florographica 2 Hydrangea. That is also a Needlework Marketplace release, and that is the first in my Florographica 2 series. There will be 4 different flowers, and Hydrangea is the first one. And that also uses, for the flower pieces itself, whoops, shoot, cottage garden threads. The other colors, the gold is the Weeks Dye Works Neckley, and then I'm using green from the other overdyed floss companies, the greens and all the different patterns. We have my samplings of lace here. I just have 2 of the sets with me so people get an idea of what they're like. I can't fit everything, of course, in my little trailer. Silver Bells. This was one of my collaborations with Maria. And I released that at Needlework Marketplace. This is a look at all of my vintage Christmas alphabets to date. Tinsel and Unite just came out in, well, they're new for the show as well, for Galleria. So I am up to 9. No, I'm up to 9, yeah. 10 will be coming out in October and 11 in November, and that will finish that. Feliz Navidad was a Needlework Marketplace release. I have my model here for the piece that I have in the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. That is my first publication in a magazine, and this is the first in a series. So winter will be coming out in the Christmas issue. Peaceful Christmas Smalls, Peace Christmas Candles, Midnight Clear. Midnight Clear was a huge hit. I sold out of several of my designs here, and that was one of the first ones to sell out. Tranquility, E Pluribus Unum also sold out. Tranquility sold out. Love is Love. Louise Chapuis sold out. Palace of the Winds sold out. Very exciting. It's been a great, great show. Summer cottages, spring cottages, Stitch Happiness sold out, and Carolyn's Balloon Summer. So there is my setup for Needlework Galleria. All right, I'm going to turn you around again, sit down, and talk a little more. Stay tuned. All right, so Needlework Galleria. Here we are on September 23rd. This is floss tube number, I haven't the faintest idea. So it's been a month or so. Boy, first of all, thank you to those of you who are participating in the Where is Jan Stitching Now postcard series. If you're not aware, if you haven't seen them, I am doing little short videos. They're called shorts on YouTube that I'm taking video. Well, Mike's doing the video, excuse me, because I'm stitching, of me stitching and then panning our surroundings. And when I post that, I want you to comment on the video and tell me what your guess is for where I'm stitching. And it doesn't matter if you're correct. You can be as funny as you want to be, but I will do a drawing of everybody who has commented, and the prize is one of the PDFs from my Etsy shop. Whatever is current in my Etsy shop, you can choose, and I'll send you the PDF. So that's been a lot of fun. I'm up to episode 3 now. So, or postcard 3 is what I'm calling them. Jan's Journey, postcard number 3. So anyways, thank you for those who are joining in on that. I'm finding it to be a lot of fun, and I hope you are too. So we traveled across the center of the country, what Mike calls the flyover area, lots and lots of cornfields. I don't think people really understand how much of this country is still farmland until you've actually driven across it. Lots of soybeans, lots of corn, some sunflower fields, that the sunflowers are all pretty much like that. So not a whole lot to look at, but some great places that we stayed at, some really relaxing times, all aiming towards Needlework Galleria. So that is now behind me. It has been an amazing time. Mostly because I got to meet you guys face to face and talk with you. Lots of laughter, lots of getting the understanding of how you feel about my patterns, which has all been positive. Thank you very much. And lots of visits for Nina. Now, we are in the Embassy Suites Hotel. So there's a living room area, there's kind of a kitchen, bathroom area, and then the bedroom. We had been planning on keeping Nina closed up in the bedroom because we have to have the door open during the show, of course, for people to roam in and out. She was out here when we opened, and she was laying on the couch, and I was like, you know something, well, let me back up a second and say, as we were setting up, we had the curtains open. There's a window that looks into the room, and people would walk by and they'd kind of glance in, and then they do a double take because there's this cat laying on the couch, and she's an awfully pretty kitty, right? So we had people standing at the window taking pictures, and we had the door closed still, but you could see their lips. Oh, it's a kitty. Oh, how pretty. So we decided to go ahead and leave her out here while the show hours were on. And if she seemed to be wanting to get out, then, we would put her back in the bedroom. She was fine. She laid on the couch, and so many people came in just to see the kitty. It got to the point where people were coming and saying, I heard there was a kitty in this room. I have to come and see the kitty. Oh, we were told to come and see the kitty. Everybody's talking about the kitty. Oh yeah, the people I was with down in the congregating area, yeah, they said there's a kitty up here. Everybody was talking about Nina, and so many people had to come and pet the kitty. So she was definitely the hit of the show. Just so fun. But yeah, it's been a fantastic weekend, and like I said, getting to see you guys and get to know some of you and just chat. You don't get that experience unless you're doing a retail show like this, and they're hard to come by. So thank you. It was wonderful. So let's see. From here, we go up to Michigan. We're going to be heading north. up around Chicago. We're going to stop and stop in the Glen Ellen area. I think that's on Tuesday, and I will be going to tomorrow's Heirlooms Tuesday morning. And then we will be continuing up. We're going to stay in the Door County area for a couple of days, and then up around up to the UP, stay there for 5 days or so, come down through the Mackinac, cross the Mackinac Bridge, come down into the Mitten and stay in the northern part of Michigan for a few days, and then down to the Kalamazoo area. And I will be going to Stitching Bits and Bobs for a day on October 11th, I believe that is. And then after that, we'll be heading across through Sarnia over to London, Ontario for Jacob Palooza. After that, we're going into New York. I will be stopping at Hobby House Needleworks. And then I'm going to Rhinebeck, the New York Sheep and Wool Festival in the middle of October. And I can't wait. It's been too long since I've been surrounded by wool, and I can't wait to be there. So if you are in any of those places and want to get in touch with me to find out exact timing, please do. I would love to meet you. So yeah, lots of designing going on. I had my German sampler laid out here on the back of the couch and got some fantastic ideas from Teresa Curry, the dyer behind Needle Bling Designs, Fabric and Designs, and I'm so excited about continuing to chart that one. Lots of other model stitching going on, not really any other stitching going on. I did have Maria Kutzner here in the room helping me all weekend, and that was just fantastic, not only to be able to spend time with her, but it's such a huge help having another person. She did finish the prayer flag you see behind me. She does have a tutorial on her website for finishing the prayer flags. If you think that's something you might be interested in, I will put a link to that tutorial down in my comment or in my description down below. So, goodies. I got a chance to meet several fabric dyers, to meet Romy from Romy's Creations, and she gifted me some floss. I haven't even looked at that in depth. It's just been a fantastic time. Karen Kluba's room is right down the hall from me, Rosewood Manor. And walking into her room, she brings everything. Her models, if you ever get a chance to go to a show with Karen Kluba, she brings everything, and the walls are just covered, and it's all just gorgeous. Teresa Needle Bling Designs was very, very generous to me. Gave me 6 of her fabrics to use in designs. This is her newest one, and the lighting is not. This is a hotel room. We brighten it up as much as we can, but the lighting is not fantastic. But this is her newest color called Broomgrass. And it's a great, and the modeling is fantastic. Again, I don't know how well this is going to come out in the camera. So a fat quarter of that. We were talking about fabrics for that big German sampler too. Another one called Cookie Dough. I love the modeling on her fabrics. I know that not a lot of people like a lot of heavy modeling. I think it gives a piece more depth in many cases. This is a new one called Heirloom. Beautiful. Really a pretty cream with some tan modeling. Just really, really pretty. All kinds of ideas for these. Shrekky's Tan. This is one that came out. Did it come out at market last year? Maybe. Most of what I got is fabric. Ween's Beans. I am so glad I got to see this in person. Love this one. And then last but not least, lightning. Because I don't have very many grays in my palette of fabric. So that is the Needle Bling fabric. I did pick up one from Stephanie, Fabrics by Stephanie. This is another very pale gray called Angel Wing. Really, really soft. And this might look just white to you at this point, but it's a very pale gray. Really pretty. Live and Dye in LA is in the room next to me, and they are a fairly new dyer. They have both floss and fabric. And so I got a hank of one called Winter Forest, and this is a 50-yard hank. So it's a very hefty one, perfect for a big monochromatic piece like a long dog. All the plastic bags are sliding off my lap. Gonna throw that on the floor. Now I have not taken these out of their bags, but I'm gonna take this one out. This one is called Cranberry Sauce. This is just, look at that color. Is that not scrumptious? Look how beautiful that is. Haven't the faintest idea what I'm going to do with it. We'll see. Cranberry sauce and Malt of the Earth. This is another just great mottled light neutral. Isn't that modeling beautiful? If you like modeling, I know that not all of us like modeling. There is a new dyer here named, let me get this right, Laura's Fabrics. She was in the room with RETM. Something just so she gave me a paper. So she has the store Riverview Stitching in Monroe, Michigan, and they're having a retreat, the Stitching in the Mitten retreat, November 9th through 12th. So if you're looking for a local retreat, if you're in the Michigan area, I encourage you to check that one out. Stitching in the Mitten, and I got a piece of fabric from her, and it's gorgeous. This one, I believe, I can't remember, we talked about so many different things, whether this is it has the word mystery meat on it, because she hasn't, many of the ones that she dyes aren't repeatable, and this might be one of them, or this might be one that she can repeat, but she hasn't come up with a name for it yet. And I don't know if all the light is shining through it. I'm going to fold it in half. It's modelings of tan and green and blue, and it's really, really pretty. So I'm going to have to clarify that before I design anything for it. I also stopped in the Inspired Needle Room, and they have a dyer there, fabric from a dyer called We Will Dye For You, D-Y-E, We Will Dye For You. And she's apparently a local dyer, and she's not in very many stores, but she also does some gorgeous dye work. And this is a darker gray with also, this modeling isn't quite as strong. A little bit more subtle, but still very present in some places. And there's kind of some blue overtone to this as well. So that's all the fabric I got. One of the gifts we got as attendees is from Kelly Stadola. She made, so this isn't the Bitsy Bob, this is the Bitsy Keep with the or the Needlework Galleria kind of logo around it, and a needle minder as well. Way to go, Kelly. This is awesome. Really, really awesome. So all the attendees got one of these, I believe. We also were visited by a new store opening called A Wicked Stepmother. And let me see, I don't have my glasses on. I think they're just a regular store. Oh, they do, it does say original cross-stitch designs. I'll put the information down in the description box because I can't read it. But they brought a piece of black Monaco. I think the idea was to let you know that they do carry this. They also made a witch's hat waxer. And then there's a lollipop in here too. So they were visiting all the vendors and to let them know that, you know, they're a new store out there. So that was cool. I think that's everything. That's all the goodies. Oh no, Romy's. Silly me. So Romy came by this afternoon after we closed. She's gonna spend tomorrow chilling out, and then they head back to Italy the next day. But she brought me a bag of her floss to play with. Look how pretty that is. So look for something at some point in the future with Romy's flosses. Aren't those pretty? Very cool. Romy, safe travels. I know that's a heck of a long flight for you. So anyway, there we are. It's been a whirlwind weekend. We are here for another day. Tomorrow we'll be mailing my trunk show out. It goes to Stitch New England next, to the retreat that Pam has up there in October. And then it is going to Camp Stitchmore at the end of October in El Paso, Texas, for any of you who might be attending Camp Stitchmore. We are traveling until, well, after New York. We plan on beating feet south to get out of the cold weather, and I am hoping that Sassy Jack's Stitchery is open by the time we hit North Carolina, which will be endish October, because I'm hoping to stop at Sassy Jack's Stitchery, and then we'll be heading back west across the country back to Surprise, where hopefully it will be cooler by the time we get there. But continue to look for my Where is Jan Stitching Now shorts. I'm doing those once a week, and then I do put up the video announcing the winner and giving a better look, a more in-depth look at where we were in that particular video, and talk about it a little bit. I announce the winner, and then I put up the next Where is Jan Stitching Now. So this is a weekly thing that I'm doing. So there will be more of those coming. And more designs, lots more designs. This has been a busy year, and it's going to continue to be busy. And I think that's all. I think a little bit of a short one. I just wanted to touch base because I know it's been a while since I have talked to you. So I hope you all are doing well. I don't have any of my normal things to show you or talk about, but life is going really well for Mike and I in our little trailer. I have to admit, it's been kind of nice being in a bigger space with a shower right here. Walking to find a shower every day or every other day in a campground isn't necessarily the funnest thing, but so it's been nice being here. But I think after these few days, we're ready to get back out in the trailer and back out on the road. So, and to see beautiful Michigan. I can't wait to see everything that Michigan has to offer. So, yeah, until the next time, you guys take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.